Palestinian bomber detonated explosives in a crowded Jerusalem restaurant.
A lunch-hour massacre carried out by a Palestinian suicide bomber. At least 15 people were killed, almost 90 others wounded.
I don't need to live under this fantasy of eating hummus in Damascus or everybody singing Kumbaya together. I simply want them to stop killing my children, and I want my army and my country to do whatever they can to not let them even try to kill my children.
Israel's detractors often paint the security barrier and the checkpoints that accompany it as tools Israel uses to oppress the Palestinians. But we wanted to investigate the real story behind the checkpoints and their existence.
The only purpose of the barrier is to protect citizens. When I say protect citizens, I mean protect Jews, Arab, Christian, Muslim, whatever, and to help the innocent people not being attacked by terrorists.
But it was built in response to something. It was built in response to people coming into coffee shops, shopping malls, restaurants, and blowing themselves up and killing as many people as possible. So with all due respect to people that want to get to work on time and don't, and may have to go around to get to their fields, I think it's a small price to pay due to the fact that people coming from where they come from blow people up in Israel.
And it's the same people that I have to stop at my checkpoints from that force you to stop at your checkpoints no matter what airport in the world you're at.
I say kids, 16 years old from one of the villages near Itamar, went through the wall, climbed the wall to a village Friday night, enter a house, and with knives, murder a father, a mother, a small baby, 3 years old, 4 years old, 8 years old, and 13 years old, with knives. With knives, they just murder them. They are animals.
Terrorists came to the roadblock, just a regular, day. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you check cars and you check the people, and you ask the people to get out of the car first of all. You ask them to turn around, to lift their shirts up, to make sure that they don't have any bomb belts on them, because unfortunately everything that we do at the roadblocks and that we did do, as we say in Hebrew, nichtav bedam. We learned our lessons in blood. He came out of the car, lifted up his shirt, everything was fine, no bomb belt on him. Just 1 second of not keeping eyes on him, he decided to start coming running at my friend, and he pulled out a pistol from his pocket and he shot my friend at point blank in the neck. I was there. I was a combat medic. There was no chance of him surviving. So, if you're asking me what the importance is that, look, 1 second of not keeping an eye on him was a fatal mistake. But on the other hand, he had more than one bullet in that gun. And fortunately, he was only able to shoot one. If it wouldn't have been my friend Roy, it would have been someone else's friends, family, a whole family.
If you listen to the news, every single day people are being caught at those checkpoints with knives, with bombs, sometimes even in ambulances, people trying to sneak in to blow up emergency rooms. Okay, so the checkpoints unfortunately are a necessary thing.
You have something called the TSA, okay? They're a bunch of idiots if you were to ask me. And going through the TSA is a lot worse than going through a checkpoint.
There were no checkpoints before the peace process, before Oslo, okay, anywhere. What happened was that after we gave the major Arab cities to the Palestinian Authority, they started using their newfound freedom to build bombs. As a result of the peace process, we had to put up roadblocks because we found that people were now coming into the cities and blowing up buses and blowing up coffee shops and doing all that. So that's one of the ironies, and that we keep saying that the peace process actually destroyed coexistence.
One of the reasons why Hamas organization and the other terrorist organizations are now using rockets is because they're unable to use the method of suicide bombers. So they changed the message. So it's obviously working. You don't have to take my word for it. I can tell you it has decreased suicide bombers by 95%. Don't take my word for it. Ask the average terrorist leader. They'll say the same thing. We're unable to do that now.
In interviewing Israelis, it's clear the checkpoints have saved lives. They are a hindrance to many people, but is TSA in America all that different? What's clear is without the security and safety for both sides, there can never be peace.
How is it promoting peace? Making sure I'm still alive. For me, my definition of peace is two sides coming together, negotiating, compromising, recognizing other sides' right to exist.
שנים כולם בורחים, שנים כולם חוזרים, עוטפים אחרי השמש, שבויים בתוך מעגלים, כולם מסובכים.